Hello learners, I am Parikshit and welcome to episode 9 of the NMAT Masterclass. In this NMAT Masterclass series, we are solving the most important NMAT level questions. Questions which are must do if you are serious about cracking the NMAT this year. Remember, the NMAT notification is already out and you can start writing the NMAT from October. I strongly suggest that you definitely write the NMAT in October so that if required, you can retake the exam in later months. Remember, multiple attempts are allowed for the NMAT, but for that, you need to take the NMAT early. So your preparation got to be really good in these last few days. Let's get started with today's session. Okay, this is me, Parikshit Saikia, your educator on the platform with the highest live class ratings, thanks to my learners. A couple of new batches starting on Unacademy in the next few days. The 2021, the last 65 target CAT 2021 in 65 days starts on the 22nd of September. And a CAT and a OMAT 2022 batch also starts today. Now, if you are planning to subscribe to Unacademy Plus, remember to use the code which is there on your screen, Parikshit Live. If you use this code, you will get maximum discounts. Also, this is the only code which will give you free mentorship. I repeat, free mentorship from my side, and mentorship is all about helping you beyond the class hours. Let's get started with today's session. Okay, let's pull up the questions on the screen. Okay, today's questions are all NMAT level questions, and this is the difficulty level of the NMAT, right? The type of questions that we will do in YouTube this last few days. Okay, let's start. Number one. A person who has a certain amount with him goes to the market. He can buy 50 oranges or 40 mangoes. He retains 10% of the amount for taxi fares and buys 20 mangoes, and of the balance he purchases oranges. Number of oranges he can purchase is. Okay. So let us assume some numbers. I think these are easily done. If you assume some numbers, let total money with the person, let total money with the guy, okay? Total money with the guy be rupees 100. Let total money in the guy be rupees 100. You can take any other number, but I think 100 is the easiest number to assume. He can buy 50 oranges. So can I say if he is buying 50 oranges with the money, can I say in that case the cost price of one, okay? The cost price of one orange will be the total money that he has divided by the number of oranges that he can buy is equal to 2 rupees per piece. 2 rupees per piece. Correct? What about mangoes? Number of mangoes that he can buy. Remember, he is either buying oranges or mangoes. There is an or here. So 100 rupees, I buy 40 mangoes. So can I say 2.5 rupees per piece? Correct? He retains 10% of the amount for taxi fares and buys 20 mangoes. So remember now what is happening? Out of the 100 rupees that he has, he retains 10% for taxi fare. So can I say taxi fare is 10 rupees? Correct? And then he is buying 20 mangoes. So 20 mangoes, how much money will he spend? Remember, one mango is 2.5. So if you are buying 20 mangoes, 20 into 2.5 is 50 rupees you have spent. 50 rupees you have spent on mangoes. And of the balance, he purchases oranges. Balance. What is the balance? Out of the 100 rupees, I spent 10 on taxi, 50 on mango. So 60 rupees is gone. Balance is 40 rupees. Balance is 40 rupees. So how many oranges can I buy? How many oranges? Remember, the money that I have is 40 rupees divided by cost price of one orange, which we have already decided is 2, which we have already calculated is 2. So how many oranges? Answer is 20. Answer is 20. So first answer is 20. First answer is 20. Got that? I think it's a pretty easy one, a typical NMAT sum. Okay. Next, let's go to question number 2. Let's go to question number 2. Okay. Number 2. I bought 5 pens, 7 pencils and 4 erasers. Rajat bought, so let's write it down. I bought 5 pens plus 7 pencils. So I'll indicate pencils as C and 4 erasers. Okay. Rajat bought 6 pens, 8 erasers, and 14 pencils for an amount which was half more than what I had paid. Okay, again, let's assume some number. Let's say cost price of one pen be P. So 5 pens will be 5P. Cost price of one pencil be C. So 7 pencils, 7C. 4 erasers, 1 eraser is E, 4 erasers is 4E. So let's say total cost price in the first case, assume any number you want. I think the easiest number to calculate would be 100. Correct? Easiest number to calculate would be 100. Then they say in the second case, Rajat is buying these items but is paying half more than what I did. Half more than what I did. So if I paid 100 rupees, this guy is paying half more, he would have paid 150 rupees. Question is asking, what percent of the total amount paid by me was for the pens? You need to determine the total amount on pens. Okay, you got to determine the total amount on pens. So think about it. You need to find out the value of paid. I think it's very easy. Equation 1, if you multiply with 2 and subtract. If you multiply equation 1 with 2, think about it. 7C into 2 is 14C. Both equation 1 will 2 will have 14C. It will cancel out. Equation 1, 40 into 2 is 80. So I think you can do this. Multiply equation 1 with 2 and then subtract. So 5P into 2 is 10P minus 6P is 4P. C and E will cancel out. 200 minus 150 is 50. So 4P is 50. 50 is 12.5%. A lot of you will mark 12.5%, but that's the wrong answer. Why? Question is, what percent of the total amount paid by me was for the pens? So remember how much did I paid for the pens? I bought total 5 pens. If I have bought 5 pens, one pen is costing me 12.5. One pen is costing me 12.5. 5 pens would have costed me how much? 5p in 5p, which is 5 into 12.5, which is 62.5. That's the answer. Remember, total money I assumed is 100. So out of 100, if you are spending 62.5 on pens, it means total amount spent on pens is 62.5%. 62.5%. That's the answer. Got it? Again, a pretty easy one. Let's go to the third one. Let's go to number 3. Okay? Yes. I'm pulling up question number 3 on the screen. Yes. Okay, let's take number 3. 2/5 of the voters promised to vote for P and the rest promised to vote for Q. Of these, on the last day, 15% of the voters went back of their promise to vote for P and 25% of the voters went back of their promise to vote for Q, and P lost by 2 votes. Then the total number of voters is, okay. So let's say I can always frame equation, but there are so many 2/5, 3/5, 15% and then 25%. It might become a bit complicated. I think the easiest way to take here would be to go with the answer options. Let's start. Let total voters, okay? I will go with answer option A first. If A doesn't satisfy, I will go with with B. Correct? So let total voters equals, okay, let's go with start with option A, 100. Why 100? Because option A says 100. 2/5 of the voters promised to vote for P. So how many voters? P, 2/5. So 2/5 of 100. 2/5 of 100 is how much? 2/5 of 100 is 40. So what 40 voters promised to vote for P, remaining will be Q. How many are remaining? Rest are Q. So 100 minus 40, rest are 60. Of these, on the last day, 15% of the voters went back of their promise to vote for P. So 15% of what? 15% of 40. So 15% of 40 went back of their promise to vote for P. So number of people who had promised to vote for P is 40. 15% of these numbers is how much? 6. So minus 6, because 6 of them broke their promise and they voted for Q. So can I say number of votes that P received is minus 6 now? What about Q? These people voted for Q. So can I say number of votes Q received is now +6. And 25% of the voters went back of their promise to vote for Q. 25%. How many promised to vote for Q? 60. How many promised to vote for Q? 60. 25% of this is 1/4. 1/4. So 1/4 of 60 is 15. 15. So 15 went back of their promise to vote for Q and they rather ended up voting for P. So at P side, you will do a +15. So total how many votes did P receive? 55 minus 6, 49. Q, 60 plus 6, 66. 66 minus 15 is 15. Question is saying, and you know what? P loses by 2 votes. P loses by 2 votes. Is P losing here? Who is losing? Obviously, P is losing. Can you see P is getting only 49? Q is getting 51. So P obviously lost. Did he lose by 2 votes? Absolutely yes. So can I say this matches with whatever is given in the question? So our initial assumption that the total number of voters is 100 is correct. Hence the answer is 100. Had you have assumed some other option, let's say you have assumed 90, then this difference would not come out to be 2, would not come out to be 2. It would have come out to be some other number. And because it would have come out with some other number, you would have said this cannot be the answer because question says the difference is 2. Correct? Okay, I hope you understood that. Let's go to number 4. Let's go to number 4. 40% of the employees of a certain company are men and 75% of the men earn more than 25,000 per year. If 45% of the company's employees earn more than 25,000 per year, what fraction of the women employed by the company earn 25,000 or less per year? Okay. Again, they talk about percentages here. So I think we can always assume some numbers. And in case of percentages, easiest numbers to assume are 100. So 40% of the employees of a certain company are men. So how many are men? 40% of 100 is 40. And 75% of the men earn more than 25,000. Okay. So if 40% of the company are men, remaining 60% got to be women. Correct? Next, they say 75% of the men earn more than 25,000. So out of these 75% of what? Of 40 men. Remember, total men is 40. So 75% means 75 by 100, which is 3 by 4. 3 by 4 of 40. Remember, total men is 40. 3 by 4 of 40 is 30. So 30 men earn, correct? Greater than 25,000. So how many men earn less than equal to 25,000? The remaining men. The remaining men. How many are the remaining men? 40 minus 30, 10. 40 minus 30, 10. Correct? Next, let's talk about the women. Women also same classification. Greater than 25,000 I will do and less than equal to 25,000. Less than equal to 25,000. Now they say if 45% of the company's employees earn more than 25,000, 45%, think about it. I have assumed the total number to be 100. If 45% are earning greater than 25,000, so can I say 45% means total 45 employees. Why? Because I have assumed the total to be 100. Total 45 should be earning greater than 25,000. If the number of men is 30, so obviously the remaining has to be females. How many are females? 45 minus 30, 15 are females. Remember, there are total 60 women. If 15 are earning greater than 25,000, the remaining 60 minus 15 is 45 must be earning less than equal to 25,000. Correct? Question is, what fraction of the women employed by the company earn 25,000 or less? What fraction of the women? So fraction means number of women will go in the denominator divided by, the numerator will be what? Divided by 60. So number of women in the denominator. Numerator, what fraction of the women is earning less than 25,000? Fraction is 45. 45. So 45 by 60 is 3 by 4. 3 by 4 into 100 is 75%, and that's the answer. And that's your answer. Did you get this? I think it's a pretty easy one again. This is the level of the NMAT. You got to get these questions correct. Clear? Can I go to the next one? Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Number 5. Okay, number 5 on your screen. A man earns X% on the first rupees 2000 and Y% on the rest of his income. If he earns rupees 700 from rupees 4000 and rupees 900 from rupees 5000 of income, find X%. I think again you can do simple calculations here. In the first case, the guy is earning 700 rupees, correct? So 700 he's earning out of it from total 4000. How is he earning? He earns X% on the first 2000. So X by 100 into the first 2000, and Y% on the remaining income. Y by 100 remaining income. What is the remaining income? Remember, total income is 4000. So if you are getting X% on the first 2000, remaining income is 4000 minus 2000, which is 2000. Similarly, second scenario. He earns 900 rupees. 900 rupees. Okay. And what is happening? He earns X% on the first 2000. Again, the same logic. X by 100 into 2000. And what? Y% on the rest of his income. Y%. So Y on the rest is how much? Remember, total income is 5000. If total income is 5000, he is earning X% on 2000. First 2000, remaining must be 3000. Correct? I think you can simplify a bit. 100, these zeros can be cancelled out. These zeros you can cancel out. Correct? And then calculations will become easy. So let's take this. 700 is equal to 20x plus 21. And in the second scenario, 900 is equal to 20x plus 30y. You can easily solve these equations. Correct? How will you solve? Equation 2 minus equation 1. If I call this equation 1, I call this equation 2. Equation 2 minus equation 1. So 900 minus 700 is 200. 20x will cancel out. We get to 10y. So can I say y is equal to 20%? Y is equal to, remember, y is a percentage. Y is 20%. They are asking you find X%. X. So I think you can substitute the value of X. You can substitute the value of X. So you can substitute the value of Y in equation 1. 1 or 2, anywhere you want. So 700 is equal to 20x plus 20 into Y. Y is 20. So 20x is equal to 700 minus 400 is 300, or X is equal to 15. X is equal to 15%, and that's the answer. X is equal to 15%, and that's your answer. I hope you got this. Clear? Answer for this is 15%. Pretty simple one again. NMAT questions are easy, just that you got to be really fast in your calculations. Really fast. Chalo, let's go to question number 6. Let's go to question number 6. Number 6 on your screen. Yeah, let's read it together. A student took 5 papers in an examination where the full marks were the same for each paper. His marks in these papers were in the proportion of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In all papers together, the candidate obtained 60% of the total marks. Then the number of papers in which he got more than 50% marks is, okay. This question is from ratio, proportion and variation. Okay. I think they say the marks that the student obtained is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the ratio. So let's say let his marks be. Okay. Let the student's marks be. So what will be the marks? I'll take the same number. Instead of 6, 7, I think I can take 60, 70. It will be easy to calculate. 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. Okay, multiplying everything by 10. The ratio remains the same. In all papers together, the candidate obtained 60% of the total marks. 60% of the total marks. Fine. So can I find out his total? Therefore, total is equal to how much? Total is equal to 60 plus 70 plus 80 plus 90 plus 100. Correct? Can you calculate this? 130, 210, 300 plus 100, 400. and they say the total that he gets is 60% of the total marks. So can I say 60% of the total marks in the examination must be corresponding to his total. What is his total? 400. This is 60% of the total or the maximum marks in the examination. If 60% of the maximum marks is 400, that is what he got. How much will be 100% of the marks? How much will be 100% of the marks? 100%. Apply unitary method. 400 divided by 60 into 100. Into 100. Correct? Okay. So zeros are 2 3s are 2 20s are. So 2000 divided by 3 comes out to be 6. Comes out to be how much? 660. Yes, 666.66. 666.66. Yes, any doubt in this? Clear? That's the total marks in the examination. Now they say, you know what are they saying? The total marks were the same for each paper. Now this is the maximum marks. What I wrote is the maximum marks across the 5 subjects. Across the 5 subjects, that's his maximum marks, right? So across 5 subjects, the maximum marks, if you add up, is 666.66. So therefore, can I say each subject, therefore each subject is how much? Each subject maximum marks is how much? 666.66 divided by 5. So how much it is? 13, 16. Approximately 133.3. 133.3 is the maximum marks per subject. Maximum marks per subject. Will you agree with me? Will you agree with me? I think this is easy to understand up till here. Easy to understand up till here. Question is, number of papers in which he got more than 50% marks. Number of papers in which he got more than 50% marks. Think about it logically. You know what? Maximum marks is 133. Therefore, 50% marks is the cutoff, is the threshold. How much is that? Half of it. Half of it. So can I say 133 divided by 2 is approximately 66.66. So question is, number of papers in which he got more than this. Remember, we started our question with that these are the marks. Let his marks be. So in how many papers did he get more than 66.66? 4 papers. 70, 80, 90 and 100. So what's your answer? How many papers did he get more? More than 50%? 4 papers. Answer is clear? I think it's easy. See, the NMAT, you got to be very careful. You got to get the first few questions correct. As I said, it is a computer adaptive paper. One question, for let's say first question, you get it correct. The second question will be a bit more difficult. First question you get it wrong. The second question you get will be a bit easy. And because if you get difficult questions, the weightage that you will get when during the normalization process, right, will be higher. Hence, it is very important that the first few questions that you do in the NMAT are correct. Only then the difficulty level of the paper will increase because you are getting the questions correct. And moment you are able to get the difficult questions correct, you know what? The normalization process, it will be beneficial for you. You will score high once you get the normalized marks. If you don't understand what I'm trying to say, please go back to my previous video on YouTube wherein I discussed about the adaptive test of the NMAT. It's not a computer-based test like the CAT. It's not question 1, 2 are pre-decided. No. Depending on what answer you give to question number 1, question number 2 will appear. You get correct question 1, 2 will be tougher. 2 you get correct, 3 will be slightly tougher. You get 1 wrong, 2 will be easy. You get even 2 wrong, 3 will be more easy. So the difficulty level keeps on decreasing. Someone might be thinking that might be beneficial if I get questions wrong. No. If the difficulty level decreases, what would happen? Questions will be easy. If the questions is easy, what will happen? During the normalization process, you will be penalized because easy questions would mean a lot of students will get them correct. So normalization process would not be beneficial for you. So very important that you get the first few questions correct so that the difficulty level of the paper increases and then you become used to the difficult questions. Even if those questions you get it wrong, not a problem. You have done your homework correct. That is it for today. I think that is it for today. Remember a few announcements on Unacademy. The first announcement is the plus subscriptions. You go for a 6-month plus subscription today, you get 1 month free. Some of you might be thinking, why 6 months? We only have a few days left for the CAT. Remember, it's not only till the CAT. Post the CAT, you have the ZAT, you have the SNAP, you have the IIFT, you have the Maharashtra CET, you have the TISNAT, you have other GDPIs, right? So many things coming up. So if you go for the 7-month subscription, 6 month, remember, you can go for the 6 month, 1 month, we'll give you free. You will be able to be part of all those happenings on Unacademy. And the prices are mentioned here. Over and above this, if you want more discounts, remember discounts is something we always love. If you want more discounts, you can always use the code which is there on your screen, Parikshan Live. You will get additional discounts. And yeah, iconic subscription for those of you who are interested. And again, special announcement. The prices have been reduced by 10% this week. This week, the prices have been reduced by 10% and additional discounts again you can get using the code Parikshan Live. So there are just 4 days remaining. 4 days remaining for you to lock in these prices. You can use my code. More discounts you will get. And also if you use the code Parikshan Live, the one thing is you will get free mentorship. I repeat, free mentorship from my side. This is the only code available which will get you free mentorship. And mentorship is all about helping you beyond your class hours. Any point of time you have a doubt during the preparation to the CAT, I'm going to help you out if you have joined Unacademy using my code Parikshan Live. So discounts, mentorship, and students often ask me, sir, if I join using your code, do I get access to only your classes? Absolutely no. Remember, you are subscribing to the Unacademy platform. You are not subscribing to me. You are subscribing to the Unacademy platform. Hence, you get access to all educators, all courses.